السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم في لقاء جديد من لقاءات مبادرة طور نفسك المعلم فعال. يسعدنا ويشرفنا إن تكون موجودة معانا أحد مؤثري جوجل. أهلا بيك أستاذة لبنى.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me and see
ألو.
me?
سامعين وشايفين، وطبعا يسعدنا إن أنت تكونوا متواجدة معانا النهاردة في لقاء رائع ومميز، وهي أدوات جوجل وكيفية استكشافها مع الذكاء الاصطناعي. طبعا مبادرة طور نفسك وكل القائمين عليها بسعداء بتواجدك معانا.
Thank
واتفضلي، معاكي المايك وكمان معاكي الشاشة. اتفضلي.
you. Okay, thank you so much. Hello, everyone. So let me just share my screen. Just a second. Okay. So I'll just share my entire screen instead of shifting to different tabs. Can you see my screen right now?
الشاشة واضحة وكمان الصوت واضح.
Okay, amazing. So hello everyone, and welcome to Google AI training. So let me first introduce myself. So my name is Lobna Tarek. I'm a Google certified trainer and innovator. So regarding my job, I'm a Google Workspace admin and trainer. So basically I work in a school where I manage Chromebooks. Chromebooks are Google devices. So all of our students and teachers here in the school, they use Chromebooks as their devices, and we're able to manage them so that we are able to secure a safe learning environment. And this is what every single school or educational institution wants, after all, right? And at the same time, because we're a Google school, so our teachers and students, they depend on using Google tools. So I train teachers on how to use those Google tools in their classrooms to be able to transform the way they teach. So if all of the attendees here are familiar with Microsoft tools like PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, Excel, and so on. So we have the equivalent tools to all of these Microsoft tools, like Google Slides, like the one I'm using right now. For presentations, we have Google Docs, which is equivalent to Microsoft Word. We have Google Sheets, just like Excel, and so on. So these are all the Google tools that I train teachers on how to use. But today, my focus in this session is going to be on Google's amazing AI tools. So we're going to be talking about Gemini and Gemini Gems. We will be talking about Notebook LM and Google Vids. And if we have time, I'm going to let you know how we're able to manage Chromebooks in a school through an admin console to secure a safe learning environment. That is in case we have time. Okay, so let me just go back to that second slide, which I love talking about in my sessions. And I would love to start by telling you a short story that could be inspiring to some of you, in case some of you are teachers or work as educators in an educational institution, and they would think of shifting or changing their entire career and become Google trainers. So I would love to tell you how you can start this or how you can become a Google certified trainer. So Google provides two certifications, level 1 and level 2 certifications for all teachers. So I will take you over to this website, which we call Google's Teacher Training Center. So for all teachers who would love to start their Google for Education journey and learn about Google tools, especially if they have zero knowledge about Google tools and they have just started, so that is the platform that is going to help them get started. So some people just seek trainers like me. Others love to learn at their own pace at home. And that is something that I love sharing as well, because I hate telling people you cannot become Google certified trainers or you cannot become Google certified educators without a trainer helping you out. No, you can do it on your own at your own pace whenever you get the time, because this is what I actually did. I did this during COVID back in 2019 when I wanted to level up my tech skills. Some people went for Microsoft tools, others went for Google tools. So this is what I did. So here, this website, edu.google.com, if you have a notebook next to you, you would like to write down notes, that would be great. That website can help you learn everything you need to learn about Google tools, even the Google AI tools that we're going to be talking about today. So edu.google.com is where you can get started. Once you go to that website, you're going to find resources here. So you're going to go to certifications. This is exactly what I've done. Once you do, that page is going to help you learn more about the Google Educator Certification Level 1 and Level 2. Let me tell you about Level 1 first of all. Level 1 certification that Google provides for teachers enables you to learn the basics, how to use Google tools, not to become an expert, but to become familiar with Google tools basics so that you would be able to use Google Classroom, you would be able to start using Google Docs, slides for presentations, and so on. If you would like to take it over to the next level, you're going to go for Google Certification Level 2. That's going to help you learn the advanced features of those Google tools. If you would like to start with level 1, let me tell you something first of all about the 2 levels. When you pass the exam, like that certification remains valid for 3 years, after which you need to renew your certification and go for the same exam again. Every single exam is for 3 hours, as you can see here. Level 1 exam is for $10, level 2 exam is for $25. If you would like to study first and get ready for the exam before you register for the exam, you're going to click on Get Started. So I'm doing this for level 1 to show you what you're going to do. So when you click on Get Started, if you scroll down, you're going to see here, take the certification exam, and here you have to click so that you can register. But because you're still not ready to take the exam, you're going to continue scrolling down until you reach that section that says, not sure if you're ready for the exam. Here are some ways you can get prepared. So you click on Start Training. That is going to take you to that page. As you can see here, you're going to be learning the basic use of Google Workspace for Education Fundamentals. So this is for beginners. You're a beginner, it will take you, as you can see here, 2.5 hours to finish all of these units. So these units, as you can see, every single section, it is written next to it, like how long it takes you to complete it. Okay, so in 2.5 hours, you can go through all of these units that can help you get familiar with all of the Google tools. Even if you're someone who's using Microsoft your entire life and you have no idea about any of the Google tools. So this will help you. And the best part is that after every single section, you get to see an assessment that can help you test your understanding. If you're done, you completed all of these sections. Let me give you a tip as well. It is better that before you start, you log in. If you logged in with your email address, all of your progress is going to get saved. Okay? So this is exactly what you do. Once you're done, you can go back. Now you feel you're super confident. You are ready to take your exam. You're going to click on register, pay the amount, and go for the Google certification exam. Once you pass it, you're going to do the exact same thing for level 2. So you go back, following the same steps, resources, certifications, you go to that page, you go for level 2, get started, and then you would go to the same section where you have to get ready by studying all of the units. These units now are going to teach you some advanced features to enable you to become an expert in using Google tools. After you pass level 1 and level 2, and this is exactly what I've done, now you can go for becoming a Google certified trainer. And believe me when I say that this has helped me change my entire, not just career, but life. Because I used to teach for 12 years, but I was able to quit teaching and go for training teachers. And I was even asked to work at a school that needed a Google certified trainer, and you will find schools wherever you are. If you're joining us from Saudi Arabia, from Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, there are Google schools or Google reference schools, and these are the schools that you search for so that you can apply to become their Google certified trainer. So that is the badge that I went for, which is the Google trainer badge, that one. Okay, and for you to be able to become a Google certified trainers, they ask you for certain things to do. Like some of them would be to actually go and present to a group of people. They do not have to be like hundreds attending your session. You can have only 6 attending your session, for example, but you need to train people at least 3 times. You need to collect their feedback through a form. If you're familiar with Microsoft Forms, it is the same thing that you're going to do by the end of the session. Send your attendees a Google form so that you can collect their feedback, okay? They're going to be asking you some questions, and of course, the 2 most important things that you need to have before applying to become a certified trainer are level 1 and level 2 certifications that we talked about, okay? So I just wanted to make sure that you can all hear me. So Dr. Abdul Basit, can you hear me and see my screen still?
سامعك ومفيش أي مشكلة.
Okay,
شكرا.
amazing. Okay. So that is the first part of our session, because I always love to tell people how I was able to achieve all of these badges. Okay, we'll keep the Google Certified Innovator for a later time because that is another badge that is super interesting, but I don't want you to get confused. So for whoever is joining us today, so you can start your journey whenever you want to, and as I said, at your own pace. If you ever needed help, you can get back to me. Okay, and I believe Dr. Abdul Basit has tagged me in his post, so you know how to find me and how to text me. And I would definitely love supporting you throughout this journey. So let's hop on to one of the best AI tools provided by Google. I know that most of us are using ChatGPT daily, or I can say every now and then, helping us with emails, helping us with fixing our grammar structure and sentence structure in some of the texts that we write, helping us with ideas to use in the class for some interactive activities and so on. So for those who have never used Gemini before, Gemini is an amazing AI tool. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Google trainer, okay? I don't get paid as well to say that or promote Google tools, but it is because, again, I work in an educational institution. So the first thing that we want is to provide students and teachers with tools that are safe to use. And what is safe about Gemini is that it is now part of Google's core services or Google Workspace core services, meaning that any data that you enter on Gemini or any AI tool that we're going to be discussing today does not save your data or use it to train the AI models. And I believe that is one of the most important things that we need whenever we use any AI tool, or something that we always fear. Oh my God, I mentioned one of the students' emails. I mentioned the password in that text that I sent to that AI tool. So in this case, if you're using Gemini, you don't need to worry because it is never going to be using your data to train any AI model. Let's discover or explore Gemini's tools. So today we're going to be talking about some of the best Gemini tools like guided learning, deep research, creating videos with VO, creating images, okay, with Nano Banana, if you've heard of it or seen the posts on LinkedIn, and Canvas. I will start with guided learning. If we're using guided learning, I would say that Gemini wants to provide you deep understanding of the topic, not just providing you with answers. And to save time, I have pinned one of my chats here to show you how guided learning works. If you would ask Gemini itself without choosing guided learning as the tool, if you would ask what is 1 plus 1, Gemini is going to give you a simple answer, which is 1 plus 1 equals 2. But we know that kids are super curious. and they want to know why is it 2, not 3, not 4. So they want to have a deep understanding of the concept. So if you would ask the same question, what is 1 plus 1? But you selected guided learning as the tool here, Gemini will know right away that you're not searching for just basic answers. You want deep understanding of the topic. So the answer would be, let's think about this in a really simple way. Addition is just about combining things. If you have one apple, someone gives you one more apple, how many apples do you have in total? So it is going to provide you, or we can say that those dry and complicated concepts with guided learning are going to be broken down into smaller chunks. It is going to provide you with step-by-step guidance. It is going to provide you with simpler way of helping you get the information or receive the information, as you can see in here. So I believe that guided learning is so good, especially for those who are teaching physics, chemistry, let's say economics, concepts like supply and demand, money market, macroeconomics, and guided learning is a tool that was made specially for students. So I believe that students and teachers who feel like, oh my God, that is a really complicated subject. How am I going to deliver the same thing to students? Guided learning can help you with that, because they are going to provide you with that simple way of helping students get the whole idea. And the best part about it is that if you're a student or if you're a teacher, after you ask a question to Gemini using guided learning and Gemini provides you with an answer, you can then export it to Google Docs. That would make it easier for you to share with your colleagues if you're a teacher, or to share with your students on Google Classroom or even Microsoft Teams or any LMS that you're using. You can even draft it in an email and send it to the rest of the teachers. Okay, so I will move on to the next tool, and I believe that you already now know what is meant by guided learning, or why they've added guided learning as one of the tools on Gemini. The next tool I'm going to be talking about is deep research. So deep research is for you to work on like a really long research. You would like to compare two things. You would like to make a study on AI in education and how it's transforming it. You would like to compare, let's say, two operating systems. And that is an example that I'm going to show you right now. So I wanted Gemini using deep research to provide me with a comparison between Windows 11 and Chrome OS. Okay, so if I have deep research in here and I said compare between Windows 11 and Chrome OS Flex, which are two operating systems. And again, let's remember that if we would like to make a study or a research using deep research, I have to select that tool from the tools provided by Gemini. Otherwise, Gemini will not understand that I want a detailed report. Okay? So let's see, because like usually it takes time. And when you're using deep research, you can go do something else and get back to it because it really takes time. Okay, let me find one that is ready for you to check. So that is one that I've done before. It is a report or a comparison between, as I said, Windows 11 and Chrome OS Flex. So as you can see here, it provided me with an exact introduction, strategic overview, and all of the things that I needed to know, even like a table providing me with comparison according to some features. And if I would scroll down till the end, can you see how many websites were explored or checked? Even here, it provides me with sources that were read but not used in the report, and some thoughts. So instead of me spending time checking all of those websites, getting the information I need from them, Gemini is going to do it for me by using deep research. And as I said, again, this is something that I've done before. If you're working on a research using deep research of Gemini, just leave it do something else, get back to it. Because believe me, they can keep on like researching or like checking hundreds of websites. It could even reach more than 300 websites, okay? So that they would be able to get you reliable information and a research that is super detailed and contains what you actually need. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can do after even getting your report or your research done. You can create a web page by using the information from that report. You can create an infographic. You can even like make a quiz or even generate an audio overview, a podcast where two people are talking. Can you imagine that after having your report or that research done, you can even generate a podcast? You can listen to it while you're working on something else. That is just incredible. If you would click on quiz, let me show you what is going to happen. It is going to create a quiz for you based on the information in that report. I hope it just like works quickly because this depends on the internet connection. Here we go. So as you can see, you're going to get asked some questions. What is the primary design philosophy behind Chrome OS Flex? Then you can give the answer. It even can show you hints. Can you imagine that? So if a student is working on a research using deep research, not only are they going to be getting the report by the end, they can even test their understanding to like boost their confidence on the subject and feel like they did not just work on it, but they actually absorbed the information from that report. Okay, then they click on the answer, they move on to the next question and so on. So that is all about the deep research. Now we're going to go for a third tool, which is creating videos with Veo. I'm not quite sure if you have seen the posts on LinkedIn and social media platforms about that 8-second video that can create like a cinematic scene for you that has people based on your prompt. And those are not real people, just like fake ones, okay? But you're able to create like a really professional 8-second video. So they even give you here the option of adding a photo. You can add a photo of yourself or like a group of people so that the video generated would take or extract those people's facial features from the photos that you've added and like make those people in the video look exactly like them. So you see to what extent. So again, working on a video using Veo on Gemini takes time. It can take like from 1 to 2 minutes to generate the video. Okay, so to save time, I will show you like some of the videos that I generated. So here, I've said, create a video of students in a VEX robotics competition who won a trophy surrounded by people uploading. So as you can see here, that is the 8-second video that Veo generated for me. Dr. Abdelbasit, can you confirm if you can hear the sound from the video?
مفيش مشكلة، ممكن أبعت لك أي فيديو.
No, it's okay. Can you hear the sound from my video?
Okay.
Can you listen to it? You can hear it?
No.
Okay, no problem.
Can you
Okay,
share screen
yeah, I'm sharing the screen already. You
and
want me to
check
like reshare?
sound system?
Okay.
Another share.
Okay, let me check. So I stop sharing and then
Click sound system.
let me check. Maybe it works with only the Chrome tab if I'm sharing like a certain tab.
No problem.
Let me
Share
wait.
sound. Button share sound.
Let me check right now. Okay, so can you listen to it now? Check.
Yes, no.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so as you can see, you can even make them talk in the video. You can provide them with the script that you want them to say. So the video could be like really connected to your students. They can connect to it as well because you're making those people in the video talk directly to the students. They can mention any of the students' names. They can mention something related to a certain topic that you're studying about. So that could be used as a hook, and it will even like grab your students' attention even more. Okay? When I like first started using Veo, everyone started like criticizing it in a way where they said, but this is just like an 8-second video. If you created a second one using a prompt and asking that it uses the same people from the same video, it would not be able to do it. And that was actually a problem in Veo. Like there was no consistency, like when it comes to different scenes. Even if you're using the same character, that character's facial features are going to change. But just last week, Google just announced that they've worked on like adding that consistency so that if you generated another video and you said, like, this is my example, use the same students in the video to create another one of them losing instead of winning. And I want you to notice this. Let's take a look at this one. If you would look at that boy and that girl, you would see that they are the same boy and girl from that video. It's this girl and that boy. So now there is consistency when it comes to the characters from different scenes, okay? Which I believe is super interesting because you can then, any video that you generate on Veo, you can download the video, add them all as different scenes on any video editing tool. We're going to be talking about vids, which you're going to be using to add all of these scenes and create, like, you can say a 2-minute long video explaining to students a certain concept. You can tell them a story about like any topic, for example, okay? But Veo makes it possible. So that is all about video with Veo. And of course, Google is going to work on like extending the timing of the video. For now, you can only create an 8-second video. Later on, who knows? You can create like a 1-minute video or something. Next, we're going to be talking about my favorite tool on Gemini, which is Canvas. And it is my favorite tool because I'm someone who's not good at coding and I've always wanted to do like stuff or automate tasks using codes, but I was not able to do that because it needed me to study how to do coding, Python, and so on. So for the ones attending today that are so bad at coding, just like me, but would love to build an app or create a website and so on, now it is possible with Gemini Canvas. So if I said like create a website on, let's say, solar system for year 5 students. And again, we need to remember to select the tool. Like you have to select Canvas, otherwise Gemini will not understand that you want to create a website. So here it will start by providing you with the coding part, okay? Which for someone like me, I do not really understand how this works, okay? And I don't care because I do care about building or creating the website itself. So as you can see here, it will continue working on the code to help you create a website. So you will give it some time, and then once it's done, it is going to provide you with the preview of your website. This is exactly how your website will look like. So here it is providing you with the sun, the rest of the planets, and a brief description underneath every single one of them. It even provided you with a quiz to test the students' understanding. So the next part is the most important part. Now my website is ready. Now I want to take it over to the next level and actually create the website. and publish it and share that link with others. Because now when I have the website, what am I going to do? So let me tell you about the next step. Once my website gets created, you're going to go to the code page or the coding part. You're going to click on share, and then you're going to copy the contents. And after you do, you're going to go to sites.google.com. Let me share this tab. So sites.google.com is Google's tool for creating websites. Now my website got completely created using Gemini. Now is the time for me to copy the content of that code and paste it here to actually be able to publish the website and share it with others. So I will open again sites.google.com, open a blank site, and then here on the right sidebar, I have insert, I have pages, and I have themes. All of the three tools that can help me build a website from scratch. But I don't want to build a website from scratch because I already have the contents of a website that got generated using Gemini. So I'll go to pages instead. And here I have the plus button. So I'm going to go to full page embed. And I'm going to give it a name based on what my website is about. So it is about solar system. So I'm going to give it that name. And then here, this is the page that is going to appear in front of me. So I'm going to click on add embed. And then instead of pasting the code here, because this is where I can paste a link or a URL, it is not a URL, I have a code. So I'll go to embed code and I'm going to paste it here. And then I'm going to click on next. And then now I do have my website ready, the one that got generated by Gemini. So I'm going to click on insert. And now I have my website that I can share with others. If you can notice here, the website has like more like you needed to scroll down even more when we generated this here on Gemini to check the rest of the page. But here, because the page is too long, when you paste it here, it doesn't show you the rest of the page unless you publish it. So you have to publish this website first so that the whole page would appear in front of you. When I click on publish, I'll give it a name. Let's say solar system. Let's say new, because solar system is a name that is taken already. So I added new. So that is the website link that I can share with others. And again, because I'm creating this using my school's domain, okay, so your school's domain is going to be here. If you would like to change the URL completely, you have a website that is called Bitly, B-I-T-L-Y, that can help you change the website's URL. If you're creating this from within your school's domain, you can click on manage, and for the published site, instead of selecting your school's domain, you can make it public, which means anyone with the link can view your website, even people outside your educational institution. And then I click on done, and now publish. So my website is ready to be viewed by anyone. If I would like to view it, I would click on preview. And this is how it is going to look like. So that is the website that is going to be shared with my students. And they even have a quiz in here. Which planet is known as the red planet? Whatever. If they gave the wrong answer, it chose the right one, and then they move to the next question. So I just saved time creating a website from scratch, adding all of these as sections. And in addition to that, in your prompt on Gemini, let's go back to Gemini, you can even add in your prompt that you would like to include sound. Okay, for example, if they gave the wrong answer, it just produces a certain sound. If they give the right answer, they can hear people cheering and so on, okay? So you would play around with the prompt itself. Some people asked and said, like, what if I want to add something extra to the website? Can I add it on sites.google.com? No. You will have to go back to Gemini's canvas here. You have to fix the prompt so that it gets regenerated, and then you follow the same steps by going to the code, share, copy contents. As we said, you go back to sites.google.com, okay, and then you follow the same steps of going to pages, plus button, full page embed, you give it a name, okay, I'm just repeating the steps, and then add embed, embed code, and you paste it here, okay? So that is exactly how you use the Gemini canvas. I would like to show you like something else that I've created using Gemini canvas that I love sharing whenever I have a training session. And it is like creating an app where students can use it to test. Let me just copy this, their password strength. So if I would like to create an app, let's just like go back to a new chat, create an app where students can use it to test their password strength. And again, don't forget this, you have to select canvas, you click on submit, and then right away it will know that canvas, oh, so I'm supposed to give the code for that app. Then you can take it over to any app builder and then like use that code to actually build the application. So that is exactly how it can look like. It is just amazing. Imagine if students are in year 3, they are still learning about like internet safety tips and stuff like that, and you told them like now it is your time to create like a new password, and then you explained all the tips for them, and then you provided them with this one so that they can test their passwords. So if I've written Lobna, for example, so it will show week, and then it will provide them with the tips in here. And then if I added the dollar symbol, and then it will become like somehow stronger. And then if I added, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it becomes even more stronger and so on. So students can even use this to test their password strength. So I believe that that is really cool. Okay, now we're going to be talking about something else that is called Gemini's gems. So let me go back in here. If I would okay, let me just refresh the page. Okay, besides Gemini and its tools that we have like explored together, I even have something called gems, Gemini gems. Let me explain to you first of all, what is the whole purpose behind Gemini gems and how it differs from using Gemini itself. Gemini gems are like personal assistants. You are going to be creating your own personal AI assistants. Every single one of us knows what they use AI for every single day. Some people, they mainly depend on it to translate text. Others depend on it to like create some ideas. Me as a trainer, sometimes I use it to give me ideas for like my PD sessions, professional development sessions. So you are creating your own personal assistants, your own gems that can help you every single day without you having to repeat like what you want. Like you have certain things that you need the AI tool for. So you will be like, for example, creating a gem that is called your health tracker. So it will know that daily it is going to provide you with your healthy plan for the day. You will create one that is called brainstormer. So this gem already knows that its job is to provide you with like creative and innovative ideas of like, let's say, activities, things that you can do at the start of the lesson. You can have a gem called Career Guide. It could be used by students to help them know, for example, like which university they should apply for based on the skills that they have, and so on. You can have one that is called Coding Partner. So it knows that this gem is your assistant to help you with coding. So before I talk about some of the gems, let me tell you how you create one. So again, on that sidebar that you have when you open Gemini, as we talked about before, you can go for a new chat, start typing, which is the same way that you do when you just ask general questions to Gemini and you just want the answer. And we talk about clicking on tools and selecting one of these tools if you would like specific answer or output to get generated for you. Here on that same sidebar, you're going to be finding gems. So you'll go to explore gems, and then these are gems that are pre-made by Google already that you can use, or you can create your own gem. So I will click on new gem, and I'm going to name it, let's say, PD Ideas Expert. That gem is going to be an expert in providing me with ideas for my PD sessions, for my professional development sessions. So here it is even giving you an example how you're supposed to give that gem an instruction so that the gem would know that its job is to provide you with this and this and that. So I'm going to say you're an expert in providing me with ideas for any PD session topic I provide you with. I need the ideas and activities to be creative and meet teachers' needs. Okay? So I'm giving the instructions for that gem, and this is something that I do just once. I don't need to do it like over and over again. So for example, this is my gem. It is called PD Ideas Expert. I will save it, and then I can start chatting with that gem. So here, whenever I ask the gem to provide me with ideas for any PD session, I don't need to say, you're an expert in providing PD sessions, ideas that would meet the needs of teachers, because it is an already saved gem and it knows that this is its job. So I don't need to repeat it every now and then. So now you got the idea. It saves my time. Instead of like writing that big, long, detailed prompt, it knows its job right away. Okay? So if I said activities for maths teachers. So you see, here are some creative PD ideas and activities for maths teachers, and then it starts providing you with different ones: objective, activity, things that I need. It can even provide me with images licensed by Google, as you can see here, which means made by Google, created using Gemini, Math Lab, Makeover, Challenge, and so on. So I saved my time. Instead of writing here, give me some ideas for my PD session that I'm going to be presenting to maths teachers. No, it knows that this is its job. If I have a gem that is called Translator, if I gave it like a certain text, it will translate it right away. And now I want you to check one of the best gems that got recently added by Google, that is called Storybook. And I believe this is quite interesting because it can generate a book, an actual story with illustrations for you based on the characters you give it, based on the scenes that you want. It can be in Arabic, in English, in French, in any language that you want. So I have created one before that I can show you to save time. I've asked it to write a story about a boy who has shaggy hair, and his name is Sulaiman, who wastes his time playing on his PS and he forgets about studying. He's a year 6 student. As you can see here, it generated the story for me right away. Sulaiman's Galaxy Quest. As you can see, you can even flip its pages. Okay, you can scroll down in here, and then you can keep on checking the pages of the story. You See here, even because you gave it like an Arabic name, Sulaiman, so that night his Baba came to his room. Okay, so it knows that this is a story made for like Arabic learners, okay, because you give an Arabic name. So it is even like adding illustrations with like of a father wearing dishdasha. So you see what I mean? Because it knows right away from the location as well that this is a story that is made for kids like learning in the Gulf, for example, or the Arab world. So it is going to give you illustrations based on that. In addition to that, you can even listen to the story.
That night, his Baba came to his room. "School is your mission right now, Suleiman," he said, sitting on the bed. "It prepares you for real adventures."
So as you can see, and the best part is that like for any teacher, if they would like to print the story, they can just like print it. They can have a whole like shelf of books made by them, their own stories that they have created themselves on Gemini, and it connects to the students because all of the scenes and the names of the characters in those stories are going to be like the names of those students in the class, maybe the name of the teacher herself or himself in that story. So students will feel like, oh my God, they are reading something that really connects to them because it has to do with their own names and the teacher's name, the class, the school itself, and so on. Okay, so I believe that that is like an amazing gem that Gemini has provided us with. Okay, so I'll move on to Google Vids. So let me just, okay. So next I'm going to be talking about like an amazing Google video editing tool that is called Google Vids. Okay, and you can go to Vids by typing like vids.google.com/new, or you can find Vids if you would click on the waffle icon here. You will find, sorry, not this one. Okay, you will find Vids here. So that is the icon for Google Vids. So Vids is interesting because it is Google's video editing tool. So you don't need to work on CapCut anymore, Video Leap, or any of those video editing tools where you pay like a big amount of money for their subscription. So Google Vids enables you to create the 8-second video, the V1 that we talked about before. You can even create like a storyboard from just a simple prompt. You can even generate an AI avatar, give it a script, and with lip syncing, it is going to just say exactly what you want it to say. And there are some other things that you can do, like uploading a presentation or converting a Google Slides presentation that you have into a video. I will just like show you the most interesting one, which is Vid's storyboard. So if you gave it a prompt like create a video on let's say global warming for year 7 students, you can even like add the @ symbol and add a presentation or a document that you have that is related to that topic. It can extract the information from that document or presentation, and like based on it, it provides you with the outline for that video. So that is something else that you can do. So if you're good with the prompt itself, you can just click on next, and then it will start showing you the outline for the video. So the video is going to start with an introduction about what is global warming, and then the greenhouse effect, why scientists are concerned, the causes, burning fossil fuels, and so on. You can check the outline, you can even edit the outline, or you can even add scenes, okay? So the outline is ready. If you're happy with it, it's fine. You can just click on next, choose your template. I can choose this one, and then it will start creating my video. So it will just take seconds, and then you're going to be having your video ready with all the scenes, background music, even voice over. Can you imagine that? So you don't need to do anything. That like amount of time that you used to spend working on a video, like grabbing short clips from different sources, adding text boxes with the text that you would like to add, transitions in between the scenes. You choose a background music that is suitable for the video. You don't need to waste your time on any of this, because with just a simple prompt, your video is ready. So you can play the video. Before I play it, let me show you. Here are the scenes, and you will see yourself that the scenes are with photos and videos, amazing ones that are related to the topic. Here is the background music for whoever is like wondering right now, can I remove the background music? Yes, you can. Here is the voiceover for every single scene. And on the sidebar in here, you can find the script for every single scene. If you would like to connect even more to your students, you don't want them to hear voiceover that is not yours, okay, onto the video, you can just record yourself, okay, saying what is written here or reading the script. It will make it right because you have the script in front of you. So you're not going to get hesitant or keep on repeating recording over and over again. You can just click on record myself and start talking. Hello, year 7 students. Today we're going to talk about a very important topic, global warming, and so on. Or you can even click on generate all voiceovers, even change the tone of the voiceover that you have on the video. So you can choose an educator's tone. It could be a teacher, a persuader, explainer, coach, motivator. You can listen to any of them.
The voice you select makes a difference in how viewers will respond to your
And then
video.
you decide on the tone you would like to select for the video. So if we would watch the video together, here it is, how it is going to be like.
Hello, Year 7 students. Today we're going to talk about a
And again, it is loading because of the internet connection.
very important topic, global warming. So what exactly is global warming? It's the long-term heating of Earth's climate system observed since the pre-industrial period, primarily due to human activities. Our Earth has a natural blanket of gases in the atmosphere, called the greenhouse effect. It traps some of the sun's heat, keeping our planet warm enough to live on. However, scientists are concerned because this blanket is
So you can see how amazing it is. Like in seconds, it just created the video that you can send to your students ahead of time to just help them learn about the topic before they actually come to the class, and you start explaining it using your Google Slides presentation or any PowerPoint presentation that you have, where you can like send them this to help them learn about the topic, where in class you can then give extra worksheets, or you can even like give them a quiz to test their understanding before you even start. So I believe that the storyboard on vids is super cool to help students learn about a certain topic without you doing anything. You just enter the prompt, it got generated right away. The last thing I'm going to be talking about today is Notebook LM. And maybe some of you are already familiar with Notebook LM and they've used it before. So in order to save time, as you can see here, this is a tool that I believe is made for teachers and students to just like add as many sources as you want. Like let's say that for a certain topic like AI in education, you have lots of PDFs. Let's say you have 10 PDFs, you have a video, you have a website, you've taken down notes while attending a certain conference, but you want a certain tool that would summarize all of the sources that you upload, okay, and provide you with so many different things like questions and answers, briefing, document, and even a podcast. Notebook LM is that tool. I believe it is like an amazing tool, especially for students. As you can see here, these are all the notebooks that you have or already generated. If you're using Notebook LM for the first time, you're going to click on create a new notebook. And to save time, I have this one ready. Let's say that I would like to generate a notebook on AI and the future of education, like reimagining learning. And I have like a PDF, I have pasted text, some notes that I've written down, and I have a video. The first thing that you do when you create a new notebook, they ask you to upload the sources. So as you can see here, these are the sources that you can upload. If you have like a document or a Google Slides presentation, anything that you have in your Google Drive, you can upload it here. And then if you have a link for a website, for example, you can add the link here as well. If you have a YouTube video. You can add the YouTube video's URL here. And the last thing, if you wrote down some notes while attending a certain lecture, attending a conference, you can just take them from any Google document or any notes app that you have and paste the text here. This is exactly what I've done. When all of your sources are ready, and as you can see here, this is the free version of Notebook LM. You can upload up to 50 sources. Once you do, it is going to provide you here in the middle with like a brief description of what those sources are about. So here it tells you like the provided texts collectively explore the impact of artificial intelligence on education. So it provides you with what these sources are talking about. You can start asking it questions here, the same way you do on Gemini. It even provides you here with some cool things that you can do. It can generate a video for you using those sources. It can generate a podcast. And by the way, it can generate a podcast even in Arabic. A mind map, a briefing document, study guide, frequently asked questions, and even a timeline if the sources contain dates. Can you imagine that? I'm going to show you the timeline. This is how it looks like. It provides you with like the main title and all of the topics it's talking about and the rest of the categories, which is super cool. I believe that if a new teacher came to school and you uploaded all of the lesson plans, PDFs, everything in here, instead of just talking verbally to the teacher, like explaining to her all the units, what you're going to be teaching and so on, that mind map can help the teacher have an organized, like let's say diagram of how things are going to be like throughout the year. They can even download the mind map. Okay, that is one thing that you can do. I'll go back to the studio. Another is the study guide. This is how it looks like. It provides students with a study guide, an overview of what all of those sources are talking about, as you can see in here. In points, even it provides a quiz, short answer questions, and the answer key for that quiz. Can you imagine that? So that is learning beyond the teacher, okay? You can even provide students with frequently asked questions, question and an answer based on those sources. And there's something that is really important that you need to know. There's no way it provides students with any info that is external to these sources. So it is just like, it sticks to the sources that you upload, which is amazing. Like you would know that even if the student tried to ask a question that is not included in here, it will never give the student an answer. The last two things I would like to show you is the podcast. Okay, so this is really interesting. You will hear two people talking about that topic that students or teachers can listen to wherever they are. So listen to this.
Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we plunge into the knowledge you've shared with us, pulling out the most compelling insights just for you. Today, we're diving into a truly fascinating and really diverse collection of sources. They challenge our understanding of learning, intelligence.
So you can see here, like, this is amazing. You have the interactive mode as well, where you can even join the two hosts and ask them questions. So I hope it just like works. Okay. So, okay, we had trouble connecting. Anyway, once you click on that one, the interactive button, you're able to hear them talking, and you're going to have the join button there that you can click on, and then you start asking the two hosts questions regarding that topic. Okay, you can try it out yourself because now, because of the internet connection, it is not working. The last thing is the video overview. Imagine that it just generates a video for you based on those sources, like a whole video generated using AI.
Hello and welcome. If you really want to see how artificial intelligence is going to change our world, you could forget the sci-fi movies. You just have to peek inside a classroom because write an essay.
The whole system was built to reward people who could follow directions. Entire education industry. And so far, the responses have been
and so on. So these are all the tools that could be provided by using Notebook LM. So I believe it is not just a notebook, it is an amazing resource and a gem that students and teachers can definitely make use of. So that's all for today. Okay, and I hope that you guys found this session like really fruitful and you're going to start using all of those AI tools that I shared with you today. And if you guys have any questions, make sure that you contact me. I'll be happy to support you in your Google for Education journey. And thank you so much, Dr. Abdul Basit, for hosting this session.
شكرا ليكي، تميزت وأبدعت ما شاء الله عليك.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
شكرا. Thank you. دي طبعا شهادة شكر وتقدير من مبادرة طور نفسك المعلم فعال على ورشتك الرائعة.
Thank you so much.
شكرا من القلب إلى القلب.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
أبدعتي اليوم.
Thank you. Thank you.
تسلم. بالنسبة للشهادات الخاصة بمبادرة طور نفسك المعلم فعال، طبعا هنبعت لكم دلوقتي رابط الشهادات. أستاذة لبنى غطت جميع الجوانب الخاصة بالذكاء الاصطناعي مع جوجل، وده كان ليه أثر كبير جدا في إن هي لمت موضوعات كتيرة في وقت قصير يعتبر الساعة.
Exactly.
ولكن
Trying my best.
ولكن فعلا مؤثرة، تدي دفعة لأي معلم إن هو يعمل حاجة. أنت دلوقتي مش عندك حاجة. تسلم. ده رابط الحضور. يا ريت حضراتكم بس تجاوبوا على سؤالين. هما في سؤالين، وهيتم إرسال الشهادات مباشرة ليكم على الإيميل. لو في أي سؤال، لو حابين إن انتوا تشاركوا معانا، يرجى رفع اليد بس. طبعا هنا QR خاص بالشهادات اللي متواجدين معانا وحابب إن هو يعمل سكرين شوت. وادي هنا الرابط مرة تانية. طبعا في مجلد خاص بالشهادات، ده QR الخاص بيه، نعمل سكرين شوت ليه. وادي هنا الرابط. لو مش اتبعت على الإيميل هتلاقوه هنا مباشرة. في سؤال أستاذة لبنى، حد رفع اليد، ممكن حضرتك تفتح المايك وتتعامل.
Yeah, sure. Like my mic
Islam.
is on. Let me check the questions. Islam has a question. Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. It is not a question, but I really missed the point before Notebook LM. What was it?
Okay, so Notebook LM is that notebook where you upload different sources.
Not this point itself. I mean the point that was before it. What was it?
Before Notebook LM?
Yeah. What was the tool? I missed it.
Google Vids. VIDS.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank
for video editing. You're welcome. Okay. So let's check.
في الشات مجموعة من.
Yeah, okay. So for the chat. So let me check. Okay, so one is asking, how can we create a video on Gemini? Creating a video on Gemini is using video with Veo. You will click on tools and you have one of the tools called video with Veo. That is the tool that you use for creating a video. So you have to select it first. Mira is asking this question. You have to select it first before giving the prompt of please create a video on whatever. Okay. Okay. هل هذا متاح في الخطة المجانية? This is a question by Marwa. Marwa, all of the tools that I share today are like available بالfree version, except for the storyboard in vids. So in vids, you're going to be like creating the video on your own from scratch. So entering a prompt for vids to create it, that is not free. Okay, that has to do with the Gemini license. As for Gemini, everything is free except for guided learning. Okay, or guided learning is like in the experimental phase, so they are just showing it under the free version. Are they going to continue having it there? I'm not quite sure. Okay, but the rest of them, like Canvas, deep research, all of those tools, you're going to find them on Gemini. Don't worry about it. Okay. I believe that's it in the chat. If anyone else has a question before leaving, you can raise your hand. If you have a question regarding the Google certifications as well, feel free to ask.
في النهاية بنشكرك ونقول لك أبدعتي وتميزتي، كان لقاء رائع جدا. شكرا إن أنت تكون متواجدة معانا في مبادرة طور نفسك المعلم الفعال، وكمان شهادة معلم معتمد من جوجل مهمة جدا لكل اللي حابب إن هو يبحث عن تطور والتميز، سواء كان المستوى الأولاني أو المستوى الثاني، وبعديها ينتقل إلى مدرب من جوجل. وده شيء مهم جدا. أدوات جوجل مهمة في حياتنا وأغلبها مجانية. إذا كان في حاجات مدفوعة بتبقى بسيطة، ولكن جوجل أصبح مهم ومتميز في أكتر من شيء. شكرا ليكي أستاذة لبنى.
Thank you so much.
تسلمي، وسعداء بإن أنت تكوني متواجدة معانا في لقاءات إن شاء الله خلال الفترة القادمة.
Likewise. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for attending. Thank you.
شكرا لك. في أمان الله. في النهاية بقول لكم شكرا لكم. سعدت باللقاء معكم النهاردة، كان لقاء مثري، وتواجدكم كان مؤثر في وجود ورشة ممتعة، وتفاعلكم كان مؤثر فعلا. في النهاية بقول لكم لا تنسونا ولا تنسوا أنفسكم من الدعاء، ولا تنسوا إخواننا وأخواتنا في جميع الدول المتضررة من الدعاء. وأقول لكم استودعكم الله الذي لا تضيع ودائعه. في أمان الله ورعايته دمتم سالمين، ونلقاكم إن شاء الله في ورشة أخرى من ورش مبادرة طور نفسك المعلم الفعال. بكم ومعكم نتطور ونبدع. في أمان الله ورعايته. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.